Hey students, so this week we're going to talk about corresponding and alternate angles. And when we talk about that, we have to think about parallel lines and a transversal. So back in quarter one, we talked about what parallel lines are. And a transversal is just a line that crosses a pair of parallel lines. So I'm going to use different colors to tell you how, to show you what are those angles. So in these questions, we're going to find the alternate interior and alternate exterior angles. And then it says represented by the letters, which are the variables x and y here. And then they're saying that these two lines are parallel, and then this one is a transversal. So these two angles right here, this one and this one, are going to be congruent, meaning the same measurement, because they are alternate exterior angles. Notice that they're outside those two parallel lines. They're across from each other. So these two angles in green are alternate exterior. Now, these two angles right here, this one and this one, are going to be the same measurement because they're alternate interior angles. Okay? All right, so with that, remember that last week we talked about two angles being supplementary, that adding up to 180. So if we know that this is 105, then we can just subtract 180. We can subtract 105 from 180 to get this angle. So what do we get? So 180, let me get my pen. So 180 minus 105, that is 75. So that means that this angle is 75 degrees. Now, if this angle is 75 degrees and this angle is an alternate exterior angle, these two angles, then this one means that this is 75 degrees also. And being that we know now that this is an alternate exterior, then this means that this one and this one are going to be the same because they're alternate exteriors. So if this is 105, then this one is also 105. And that's how we find the values for those variables. So x equals 105 degrees and y equals 75 degrees. Now, these two will add up to 180 because they form linear pairs. They form straight angles. Okay? All right. Let's try another one. So this one, it says, so if this is 123, that means that this one, it's also, because they're alternate exterior, they're outside the parallel lines, and that is cut by a transversal. These two angles are alternate exteriors. They are the same measurement. So that means that x equals 123. And then they ask for y. So to get y, we just subtract 180 minus 123, which is 57. And that would be the value for y. This is 123. Because this forms a straight angle, a linear pair, which is supplementary angles, which add up to 180. Okay, let's move on. So now here, we have a different example. In this example, it says calculate the value of y that makes n and p array is parallel to q array qr. The value of y is in degrees. Okay, so we have to calculate the value of y. So let's do this one. So we know that this angle equals this angle, right? Because they're alternate exterior. we know that this angle and this angle are the same because now it's a new thing. These are corresponding angles. Notice that one, it's in the same position, but in the different, because these two lines are parallel and this is a transversal, these are in the same position, so they must be the same. They're congruent angles. They're the same measurement. So if this is 80, this is 80 degrees. So guess what? This is forming a straight angle. So that means that this angle plus this angle will give you 180. So the way to do this, like we did before when we were doing supplementary angles, we're going to add these two angles equals 180 and to find the value for y. So let's do that. 2y minus 24 plus 80 equals 180. Now we combine like terms and we find that 80 minus 24, it's 56. So that's 2y plus 56 equals 180. And then we just subtract 56 from both sides. 56 minus 56 is 0, and then we have 2y equals 180 minus 56, 124, and then you divide by 2. Y equals 62. And that is the value for y. Now, in the question, it says just to find the value of y. So that would be the value of y. Now, if they wanted the actual measurement, we will have to go back and substitute 62 for y to find that measurement. But they're not asking for that. They're just asking for the actual value of y. Okay, let's do another one just to get that stuff together. So these two angles right here are corresponding angles. Corresponding. This one and this one. They are the same measurement. They're equal. They're congruent. So the way we can set them up equal to each other and find the value of y. Let's do that. So y minus 20 equals 100 minus 2y. And now we remember how to do this type of equations, which is multi-step equations. I remember there's a 1 in front of the y here. We combine like terms and then solve for y. So I'm going to add 20 on both sides. Goes away here. We have 1y equals 120 minus 2y. And then we add these two. So that's plus 2y plus 2y. That goes away on this side, and we have 120 equals, that's 3y. And then you divide by 3, and you get y equals 40. Now the value for the value for y is 40, and that's the question here. So these two are corresponding angles, and then they're equal to each other. That's why we put them equal to each other, and that's how we found y. All right, let's keep going. So what about something like this? So these two are parallel and these two are parallel. So it says, given that line AB is parallel to line CD and line Q is parallel to line R, use the diagram to answer questions. Okay, let's do that. So we know that these two lines are parallel, these two lines are parallel. So find the value of T if angle 4, so angle 4 is right here, and then angle 8 is right here. They are on the same side of the transversal, and these two lines are parallel. That means that these two expressions or values are equal to each other. So because they're corresponding angles. So let's set them up equal to each other and find the value for t. So that's 2t plus 8 equals 80. You subtract 8 on both sides. That goes away, and then you have 2t equals 72. And then you divide by 2. And you get 36. So t equals 36. All right, let's see what they're asking here. That's the value for t. Find the value of t if angle 1, so angle 1 is over here, and angle 12, which is over here, is that. All right, so we know that these two lines are parallel. These two angles are exterior, so alternate exterior angles, and we said that those are congruent, so they're equal to each other again. So let's set this up equal to each other and find the value for t. So 3t minus 12 equals 60. We add 12 on both sides. That is 3t equals 72 again. Oh no, 72. Yes, it's like the other one. All right. And then you divide. And that's the answer. 24. T equals 24. And that's the answer right here. Okay. All right. So let's do another one here. Angle 7 and angle 14. So notice that I have to classify them. Are they corresponding? Are they alternate? Are they equal? Do they add up to each other? So that's the deal here. That's the hardest part. So angle 7. So angle 7 is over here. And then the other one is angle 14, so which is over here. Now we said that these two are alternate interior because these two lines are parallel and there's a transversal. So these two are actually equal to each other. So we can set them up equal to each other because they are congruent. So that's t minus 15 equals 45 minus 22. And then you are finding t this way. Now I'm going to add 15 on both sides. This goes away and we have 1t equals 45. 45 plus 15. That is 65. 65 minus 2t plus 2t plus 2t. And then that's 3t equals 65. And then you divide by 3. And 65 by 3 is 21.6. All right, so I hope this helps. So we have to classify this first to be able to set them up either equal to each other, add it, or to find that value. All right, students.